This is the Sports Sit Down with Mike Damergis.
Mike Damergis here with the new wide receiver of the New Jersey Generals, Randy Satterfield from Orange, New Jersey. Randy, thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
I got to tell you, I can't tell you how excited I am and my friends are for the USFL to come back. I know it's going to be a little different. I know they're not going to sign Herschel Walker as a number one pick or entertain Dan Marino like the LA Express did, because he was their number one selection, but he chose to go to the Dolphins. I think he did the right thing. But a lot of people are excited about this league. What do you know about the league, and how excited are you?
Well, first and foremost, thank God for the opportunity. But I'm ultra excited just to have the opportunity to be able to, showcase my talent. And, a lot of us fall through the cracks, and, I'm glad that I was able to slither my way out of there. But as far as the league goes, back in the day, Herschel Walker, Doug Flutie, Steve Young, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was with the LA Express.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of great names come out of this, this organization, and to see it come back around, it's awesome. And hopefully we can keep that same thing going and have that, that same, hype that was around it before.
I'm telling you, 40,000 fans going to the game. I was at the playoff game in 1985, the last playoff game, and the championship game between the Philadelphia Stars and Oakland Invaders. 50,000 fans showed up in New Jersey to watch the game, and it was pouring rain. So that's how popular the league was. Don't mistake this as a league that wasn't popular. This was a very popular league.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So tell us about how it went down that you ended up coming to the USFL and getting that call from the Generals.
I had, gotten word through the grapevine that I was, that teams were interested in, and John Peterson reached out, and he's a player personnel guy there. And he was like, we'd like you to, enter this draft, this, that, and the third. And, at that point in time, I wasn't really sure about it because I had just come from, Saskatchewan and coming off an injury. So, I was kind of, down bad, but, building myself back up. And then this opportunity popped up, and, I think we're watching the draft, and I watched the whole first day. And then the second day I woke up early. I woke up early, got myself together, ate breakfast, just sat down and just watched. And to be honest, for a second there, I didn't think it was gonna happen. Like, my heart was beating out of my chest. I'm looking at one of my great friends, Chad, and he won't even look at me because he doesn't want to acknowledge that I might not get picked. And we just didn't say nothing. And then next thing I know, I get a text from Coach Smith, who's the offensive coordinator. And he says, "Congratulations, we just drafted you."
Well, you're smiling ear to ear, and you go back to your days growing up, playing maybe on the street with your friends, where this car is a touchdown or this fire hydrant's, something, or you're playing in a pickup game in a schoolyard. Dreams come true. I mean, it's amazing. Dreams do come true. I know it's not the NFL, but you're playing professional football.
For me, I'm from New Jersey, born and a little raised there. And my parents thought it would be best to, move me and my sister to Alabama, due to, violence and people that my family weren't, involved with. So they just thought it best, let's move. And so my football roots kind of are Southern, so playing in mud pits and playing outside in rocks, playing smear the queer, like just a whole bunch of just any and everything. And I really didn't start playing football until 7th grade. So no peewee, no anything. And I wasn't very good, 7th grade. I was a tight end and I wore number 20. And didn't play very much. And then 8th grade, I hit the growth spurt. And after that, it was just, the start, the rise of me. And, going to Jefferson High School, playing as a freshman, was tremendous because I had a lot of great guys in front of me. And just that whole journey. And I committed to West Georgia out of high school and then had to decommit because I didn't have the out-of-state grades. So that's a trial and tribulation. Then I had to go to West Alabama, and I played there for 2 seasons. And get into it with a coach. My fault due to immaturity at that point in time. I'm 18, 19 at that point in time.
Look, we all grow up. You're not the same person you were at 17 to 22. Everybody, and sometimes you're going to make a mistake or two. So we all grow up. So there's no reason to like to beat yourself up over that.
Yes, sir. And I've learned to, forgive myself for that and know that, that was a different time in my life. And I after West Alabama, I went to a small school in Lebanon, Tennessee called Cumberland University. And I did a stint there for the spring of 17 and couldn't go back because I didn't pass the summer school class, which actually turned out to be a summer school class that I didn't need because they missed the credit on my transcript. And then to sit out for close to another 2 years, and then Trent Richardson holds a camp in Thorsby, Alabama, and I go down there and help him with that. And one of my old West Alabama coaches, Jason Frontenberger, rest in peace, he hit me up and was just like, "How many years of eligibility you got left?" And he was like, "I got this job at Lyon College. You can come invest in yourself." And I was trying to go to trials to play overseas and the GFL and just trying to stay relevant and continue to follow my dream at that point. And I went to Lyon and had an outstanding career and, signed with the first deal that came my way after that season. And, now I'm here and I couldn't be, more happy to be in the situation.
That sounds like an incredible story. And, getting the opportunity and having people to believe in you is a big factor for young men like yourself. Have you talked to the quarterback, Ben Holmes, at all?
Me and Ben have contacted each other via social media. We just expressed that we were very happy to work with each other and we couldn't wait, to get on the field and show what we can do, us as generals. And I talked to DeAndre too. And, he expressed the same thing. And we're all just excited to get together and work and just make this a good league and make a good entertainment for the fans. But also we all have long-term goals, and to just strive throughout this whole thing.
Can you wait till opening day? And, ironically, you're playing for the Generals. You grew up in New Jersey, then you moved to Alabama and the home games in Alabama. I mean, it's like this thing was meant to happen for you.
Yes, and a lot of friends, a lot of family, there's going to be a lot of people with Satterfield, a Satterfield jersey on in the stands. And I look forward to
what number do you have? You know what number you have yet?
I have tried to slither my way into number 1, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, my name is Randy and I mimic my game at the Moss. So 81 or 84 for me.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm big into numbers. And another guy that played with the Minnesota Vikings was number 1, but he was number 1 also in the USFL. His name is Anthony Carter, played for the Michigan Panthers. A dynamite wide receiver back in the day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have to do some research on him.
I'll let you know everything you need to know. So what's the next step here? What's the plan? What are the coaches telling you? Training camp and stuff like that. What's the next step here? A lot of fans are eager to know.
As far as we know, it's March 21st, maybe 22nd. I'm not quite sure. It's one of those days, but we have to report to camp, and it's just be ready, get yourself ready. If you aren't ready, get ready. And I've been ready since I left Saskatchewan, and my next steps are moving from 5 days a week at work to 2 days a week and being able to add that extra training in, and just play it by ear, really do what you know how to do. And when coaches contact you, you speak and you ask questions if you're confused about some things, but we just know March 22nd is the day. So everybody needs to come in with their A game.
And the USFL, you talk about giving, players that fall through the cracks, and that happened with the USFL. And probably the biggest name was a guy that played for the Saints later on and the Panthers, the Carolina Panthers. Sam Mills was cut by the NFL teams. That's because he was a 5'10" linebacker. And the GM of the Stars at the time was Carl Peterson, who used to be the GM of the Kansas City Chiefs. And the coaches were saying to him, "Oh, look, what do you put Sam Mills out there? He's 5'10". What's he going to do?" He goes, "Watch him hit. and he decked Herschel Walker like Herschel Walker ran into a fire hydrant. That's why we picked Sam Mills here. You know, not all NFL teams are perfect, as we see with my Jets and Giants. They don't know the players, but guys that fall through the cracks, it seems like the great coaches can find them. And this league gives opportunity and a platform to see what players like yourself and other players who slip through the cracks, as you say, give them an opportunity.
Yes, sir. And you know, that's the thing. I mean, there's a lot of football to go around in the world, you know, so of course everybody's not going to be able to keep their eye on, you know, everybody, but to have this league, you know, that can, you know, have a foundation, you know, and maybe some guys aren't meant to go to the NFL, you know, but if this league holds its ground and becomes what it used to be and more, you know, maybe guys don't need to go to the NFL. Maybe they can just stay in the USFL, you know, and it's just knowing that you have another outlet. Like, you know, when you're young and people tell you you're good, you think, oh, I'm making it to the NFL. And then the older you get, reality starts to set in because things don't go your way. Like, your plan is not your plan. No matter how long you try to hold to it, things are not going to go the way you want them to go. So to have something like this happen, you know, a lot of guys go home with that shame or that guilt of, oh, I didn't make it to the league. Or, you know, even if you go to the CFL, people look at you like, oh, you're playing in Canada. Like, so this just gives people another opportunity. Like, hey, this is another, you know, great opportunity and a great league, you know, to establish yourself and let the world know who you are.
And we're talking with Randy Satterfield, the new wide receiver for the New Jersey Generals. Kickoff April 16th. You know, you're talking about that. You know, a few hundred players make the NFL every year out of the draft, but there are thousands don't, like yourself. There's a gap there that needs to be caught up because college athletes spend 30, 40 hours a week in training and practicing, and it's difficult for them to attend all the classes or even complete their degree. So there's a gap of thousands of players like yourself that didn't get the connection that they worked hard, and their degree was really football, to be honest, or basketball, and they fall through the cracks there. And it's kind of heartbreaking to hear how you just left out there. Okay, figured out in life because you didn't attend as many classes as the other students did, or were able to work or do internships, which is vital to people getting a job. You don't have that flexibility, so there's a huge gap there. I mean, what is that like, and how do you talk to your friends about that?
You know, ultimately, it really just boils down to, you know, everyone has a story in life, and you know, it's how much do you want to look into your story to the point where you want to feel bad for yourself? You know, no matter the circumstances of the situation, you know, everybody's going through something. So once you figure out what you're chosen to do, and once you figure out what you want to do, it's, you know, how bad do you actually want it? You know, what is your end goal for yourself? You know, and it's more so of just having that fight that you can never give up on yourself, no matter the circumstances. Yes, things are hard, but other people have it worse than we have it. And it's just more so of, you just got to keep fighting regardless of the circumstances. Keep believing in yourself and keep fighting.
Well, he's Randy Satterfield, new New Jersey Generals wide receiver. We can't wait till April 16th, kickoff of the relaunched USFL. Get your tickets now and root for Randy.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, Mike.
Football fans, get ready. The USFL is coming back after almost 40 years. That's right, the teams you loved in the 80s.
They're taking the field again. Get ready as kickoff is April 16th.
Babe, the USFL is back. Get my jersey ready.